የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ሳልቫኪር፣ እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ዊሊያም ሩቶ፣ እጅግ የተከበሩ ፕሬዝዳንት ሐሰን ሼክ መሐመድ፣ እጅግ ተወዳጅ የተከበረች ከሩቅ አገር እኛም ብላ የመጣች ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ሚያ ሞትሌ፣ የኢስዋቲኒ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ሩስል ሚስ፣ የአፍሪካ ዩኒየን ሊቀመንበር ማህሙድ አሊ ዩሱፍ፣ የዩኤን ኢሲኤ ኃላፊ ክሌቨር ጋቴት፣ የኢጋድ ዋና ጸሐፊ ወርቅነህ ገበየው፣ የቀድሞ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ኃይለማርያም ደሳለኝ፣ ምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ደመቀ መኮንን፣ የተከበራችሁ አፈጉባኤዎች፣ የተከበራችሁ ምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትሮች፣ የተከበራችሁ የክልል ርዕሳነ መስተዳድሮች እና የከተማ ከንቲቦች፣ የተከበራችሁ ሚኒስትሮች፣ የተከበራችሁ የጦር ጀነራል መኮንኖች፣ ይህንን ፕሮጀክት በቦርድ በፕሮጀክት ኃላፊነት ያስተባበራችሁ የሥራ ኃላፊዎች፣ እጅግ የተወደደው የሳሊኒ የመጀመሪያ ልጅና የኢትዮጵያ የቁርጥ ቀን ወዳጅ የሳሊኒ ኮንትራክተር ባለቤትና ከሱ ጋር ያሉ የቲም አባላት በሙሉ፣ በሰሜን፣ በደቡብ፣ በምስራቅ፣ በምዕራብ ጫፍ ያላችሁ መላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በሙሉ፣ እንዲሁም ከኢትዮጵያ ውጭ ያላችሁ የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች በሙሉ ፈጣሪያችን እንኳን ለዚህ ታላቅ ቀን አበቃን አበቃችሁ ለማለት እወዳለሁ። የተከበራችሁ ኢትዮጵያውያን፣ ታሪክ ሰምተናል፣ ታሪክ አይተናል፣ ታሪክ ተምረናል። ዛሬ ፈጣሪ የመረጠው ትውልድ መሆን ስለቻል ታሪክ ሰርተን ታሪክ ላይ ቆመን ለማውራት በቅተናል። ህዳሴ ለኢትዮጵያ ብቻ ሳይሆን ለጥቁር ሕዝቦች በሙሉ ምድር እስክትሰበሰብ ታሪክ ሆኖ የሚኖር ታላቅ ገድል ነው። ነገር ግን ባለፉት በርካታ ዓመታት አባይ እግር እንጂ አፍ ስላልነበረው ኢትዮጵያውያን በልዩ ልዩ መንገድ ለአባይ አፍ ሆነው ሲናገሩለት ኖረዋል። ዛሬ አባይ በጉብኝት ጊዜ እንዳያችሁት አፍ አውጥቶ አማርኛ ለሚችሉ ደግሞም ለማይችሉ በየቋንቋቸው ራሱ ማውራት ስለሚችል ስለ አባይ፣ ስለ ህዳሴ፣ ስለ ንጋት ዛሬ ብዙ አናወራም። ነገር ግን መላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በየትኛውም አመለካከት ውስጥ ብንኖር የኔ ምኞትና ጸሎት ኢትዮጵያዊ ይህንን ገድል፣ ይህንን ታሪክ፣ ይህንን ስራ ሳያይ እንዳያልፍ ብቻ ነው ምኞቴ። ምክንያቱም ህዳሴን በፍጹም በፎቶ፣ በቪዲዮ፣ በንግግር መግለጥ አይቻልም። መጥቶ ያየ ሰው ብቻ ነው ልኩን መገንዘብ የሚችለውና ኢትዮጵያውያን ይህ ትውልድ የሰራውን ገድል እየመጣ እንዲመለከት ምኞቴ ጸሎቴ ሲሆን ለተቆረው የጥቁር ሕዝብ በሙሉ ደግሞ ግብዣዬ ነው። ጥቁሮች እንደምንችል፣ ጥቁሮች እንደምናሳካ በጥቁር ዘር ታሪክ የመጀመሪያው ታላቅ ስራ ህዳሴ ነው። እንችላለን፣ እንቀጥላለን ማለት ትችሉ ዘንድ መታችሁ ይህንን ገድል እንድትጎበኙ ግብዣዬ ይድረሳችሁ። ህዳሴ የትላንት ቁጭት ማሰሪያ፣ የመጪው ንጋት ማብሰሪያ ነው። ይህንን ሐይቅ ንጋት ያልንበት ዋናው ምክንያት ከዛሬ 5 ዓመት በፊት ዛሬ ያየነው ሐይቅ አልነበረም። ባለፉት 5 ዓመታት 74 ትሪሊየን ሊትር ውሃ መያዝ ችለናል። 74 ትሪሊየን ሜትር ውሃ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው ያላችሁ እንደሆነ በአንዳንድ ብር ካሰብነው 74 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። የለም በዛ አስወደድከው ካላችሁኝ በ50 ሳንቲም ብናስበው 37 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። አሁንም ተጋኗል ይቀነስልን እንደ መርካቶ ንግድ ካላችሁ በ25 ሳንቲም 17 ትሪሊየን ብር ማለት ነው። ዛሬ የኢትዮጵያ ጂዲፒ 15 ቢሊዮን ብር ስለሆነ ንጋት ከኢትዮጵያ ጂዲፒ የላቀ ሀብት ይዞ የመጣ በመሆኑ የኢትዮጵያን ጥልቅ ጨለማ ጥልቅ እንቅልፍ ያነቃ በመሆኑ ንጋት ተብሏል። ከዛሬ በኋላ ከዚች ዕለት ጀምሮ ዳግም አድዋ በጉባ ላይ በዚህ ትውልድ በመሰራቱ የኢትዮጵያ የልመና የኢትዮጵያ የስንፍና የኢትዮጵያ የእንጉርጉሮ ዘመን አብቅቶ እንደ ልኳ በሳይዟ የምትለካበት ዘመን ከፊታችን ተዘርግቶ ልክ ትናንትና እሁድ እንደነበረው ዛሬ ሰኞ እንደሆነው ቅድም ጠዋት እንደሆነው አሁን ረፋድ እንደሆነው እንደዚሁ በግልጥ የሚታየው ነገር የኢትዮጵያ ብልጽግናና የኢትዮጵያ ልክ አይቀሬ መሆኑ ነው። ኢትዮጵያ ትበለጽጋለች። ኢትዮጵያ ተረጂነቷ አብቅቶ ረጂ ትሆናለች። በዚህ የኢትዮጵያ የማንሰራራት የመጀመሪያው ቀን ከኛ ጋር የተገኙ ወዳጆቻችን በእናንተ ዘመን ብቻ ሳይሆን በልጆቻችን ዘመን ሁሉ የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጅነት ብቻ ሳይሆን ኢትዮጵያ ከሀብቷ ከብልጽግናዋ ከተስፋዋ ከእውቀቷ ከልምዷ የምታቋድሳችሁ እንደምትሆን ካለምንም ጥርጥር ላረጋግጥላችሁ እወዳለሁ። ለታችኛው ተፋሰስ ሀገራት ወንድሞቻችን፣ ለኑቢያ ወንድሞቻችን፣ ለምስር ሀገር ወንድሞቻችን ኢትዮጵያ ህዳሴን የሰራችው ለመበልጸግ አካባቢውን በብርሃን ለመምራት የጥቁር ህዝብ ታሪክ ለመቀየር እንጂ በፍጹም ወንድሞቿን ለመጉዳት ስላልሆነ በቅን ልቦና ስጋት የሚያድርባችሁ ወንድሞቻችን የጎረቤት ሀቅ የእናንተን ሀቅ መቼም ቢሆን ኢትዮጵያ የማታስቀር መሆኑን ዛሬ በኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ፊት በድጋሚ ላረጋግጥላችሁ እወዳለሁ። የግብፅ ረሃብ፣ የሱዳን ረሃብ፣ የሌሎች ወንድሞቻችን ረሃብና ችግር የኛም ረሃብ ስለሆነ አብረን ከመብላት ከመካፈል ውጪ እኛ ተጠቅመን ማንንም የመጉዳት መሻት ፍላጎት ስለሌለን ያለፈው አልፏል። ለወደፊት በምንሰራቸው ታላቅ ስራዎች በትብብር በጋራ እንድንቆም ከወዲሁ ከአደራ ጭምር ላሳስባችሁ እወዳለሁ። መላው የኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ገደሉን ተሻግረናል። ገድል በህዳሴ አትመናል። እኛ የትናንትናውን ታሪክ በመናገር ስለ አባይ በመናገር ስለ ህዳሴ በመናገር ስለ ንጋት በመናገር ጊዜ አናባክንም። ይሄኛው ፋይል ተዘግቷል። አሁን በሚቀጥሉት ጥቂት ዓመታት የሚሰሩ ዋና ዋና ስራዎች ከብዙዎቹ ጥቂቶቹን ለመላው ኢትዮጵያውያንና ለኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች ለማብሰር እፈልጋለሁ። ኢትዮጵያ የህዳሴን ግድብ የሚተካከል ለሰላማዊ ዓላማ ብቻ የሚውል የኒውክሌር ፕላንት በቅርቡ ስራ ትጀምራለች። ኢትዮጵያ በአፍሪካ ግዙፍ የሆነውን የኢትዮጵያ አየር መንገድ ስራ በቅርቡ ትጀምራለች። በጥቂት ሳምንታት የመጀመሪያው የጋዝ ፋብሪካ ይመረቃል። በዚያው ቀን ከመጀመሪያው የጋዝ ፋብሪካ በሳይዙ በልኩ ከ10 ጊዜ በላይ ከፍ ያለው ሁለተኛው ጋዝ ይጀመራል። በዛው ዕለት ለዘመናት ስንመኝ የነበረው ነዳጅ የማውጣት ፍላጎታችንን ህልማችንን እውን የሚያደርገው ሪፋይነሪ በአንድ ወር ባነሰ ጊዜ ውስጥ ስራ ይጀምራል። በዚያው ሰሞን በቅርቡ የተፈራረምነው የማዳበሪያ ፋብሪካ ስራ ይጀምራል። በሚቀጥሉት 5-6 ዓመታት በትንሹ 1.5 ሚሊዮን ቤቶች ለኢትዮጵያውያን ይገነባሉ። በድምሩ በድምሩ ከ30 ቢሊዮን ዶላር በላይ ሀብት የሚፈስባቸው የአፍሪካን ልጆች ቀና የሚያደርጉ የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና የሚያሰምሩ ሜጋ ፕሮጀክት ያልገለጽኳቸውም ጭምር ከፊታችን ስላሉ ከዚህ ሰዓት በኋላ ኢትዮጵያውያን በሰራነው ገድል ሳይሆን ከፊታችን በሚጠብቀን ከባድ ስራ ታጥቀን እንድንነሳ የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና እንድናፋጥን የኢትዮጵያን ብሩህ ተስፋ እንድናፋጥን ነክቷል ሳይመሽ ስራችንን እንድንጨርስ በጋራ አብረን እንድንቆም በታላቅ ትህትና ልጠይቃችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። የኢትዮጵያ የታሪክ እጥፋት፣ የኢትዮጵያ የብልጽግና መሰረት፣ የኢትዮጵያ የማንሰራራት ዘመን ዛሬ በሁሉም የኢትዮጵያ አቅጣጫ የታወጀ ስለሆነ ኢትዮጵያውያን ወንድሞቻችን እንዳይረፍድባችሁ ተባብረን ተደምረን ኢትዮጵያን እናቅና። ኢትዮጵያን ከማቅናት ውጭ ያለው ሁሉም ሐሳብ የኖርንበት የከሰርንበት የሞትንበት ስለሆነ በአንድ ልብ በአንድ መንፈስ በጋራ ቆመን የኢትዮጵያን ብልጽግና እውን እንድናደርግ ላሳስባችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። ይህ የማይሳካ ለይመስላቸው ለቅርብ ለሩቅ ጠላቶቻችን ደግሞ እኛ ኢትዮጵያውያን የማይሞት ስም እንጂ የማይሞት አካል የለንም። አካላችን ሞቶ የማይሞት ስም ለማስቀረት የማይሞት አሻራ ለማኖር የምንተጋ ህዝቦች ስለሆን ከኛ ጋር መጋጨት ሳይሆን መስማማት ብቻ ነው የሚያዋጣው። ምክንያቱም በሺህ ዘመናት የሞከሩን አንዴም አልተሳካላቸውም። በሺህ ዘመን ያላሳካነውን ደግሞ እንደምታዩት አቁመነዋል። ከእንግዲህ በኋላ የኢትዮጵያ ብልጽግና እውን መሆኑ ኢትዮጵያ ዳግም አድዋን ደጋግማ ለጥቁር ህዝቦች ማሳየቷ አይቀሬ ስለሆነ መላው የጥቁር ህዝብ በትብብር በጋራ ከልመና ወጥቶ ለመበልጸግ በአንድ ላይ እንድንቆም በወንድማዊ ፍቅር ጥሪዬን እያቀረብኩ አክብራችሁን እዚህ ድረስ ለመጣችሁ ወንድሞቻችን ኢትዮጵያ ላቅ ያለ ክብርና ምስጋና እንዳላት በድጋሚ ልገልጽላችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። መጪው ዘመን ብሩህ ነው። መጪ ዘመን ብዙ ስራ አለን። በጋራ በትብብር አብረን ወደፊት እንድንቀጥል ጥሪዬን አቀርባለሁ። እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ።
እናመሰግናለን ክቡር ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ለመልእክቶና ይህንን ቀን እውን ለማድረግ ለሰጡት ቆራጥ አመራር እናመሰግናለን። እናመሰግናለን። በመቀጠል የወዳጅ ሀገራት መሪዎች ባሉበት ሆነው ሀሳባቸውን የሚያጋሩን ይሆናል። Excellencies, invited heads of state and government, we now invite you to share your reflections. A microphone will come to you. Your Excellency, Salva Kiir Mayardit, the floor is yours.
I will hold it alone. Speak from down here. Your Excellency, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, Your Excellencies, present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me and my delegation to be here today as your guest of honor at the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. On behalf of the government and the people of South Sudan, I congratulate the government and the people of Ethiopia on this historic achievement. This dam is not a project. It is a symbol of unity, sacrifice, and determination. It shows what a nation can do, what a nation can achieve when its people stand together with one vision. This is a proud day for Ethiopia and a proud day for our region. The dam is not only about energy, it is about progress. It is about hope. It is about the future we want for our children. For South Sudan, Ethiopia is not just a neighbor. And I want to tell them that you are our brothers and sisters. We share history, friendship, and a common future. That is why we celebrate with you today. We believe that the progress of one nation is the progress of all. Together, we can turn our challenges into opportunities for peace, stability, and growth. I am also pleased to announce that South Sudan is looking forward to signing an agreement to receive power from the dam. This will bring power to our towns, villages, schools, and hospitals, and open new opportunities for our people. Once again, I congratulate the people and the government of Ethiopia on this great day. May the dam bring water, bring power, strength, and prosperity to your people and to our region. And I thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, Your Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, the floor is yours.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Excellencies, Heads of States and Government, today is a great historic day for all our people in this region. Excellencies, distinguished guests, it's a privilege to be among you today at the moment that brings together the people of this region around an issue of common importance, how we manage, share, and benefit the resources that sustain our nation's prosperity. For us, this gathering is not about success of a single project, but about a shared responsibility we all carry. Water and natural resources are not confined by borders. They flow across them, binding our destinies and future together. When we speak of development in this region, we must speak not in terms of competition, but in terms of cooperation. As Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has indicated and promised in his inaugural speech today, we all have a destiny to seek prosperity and peaceful coexistence among all of us. Somalia's vision is clear. Our collective stability and prosperity depend on ensuring that every nation feels its concerns are heard, its interests is safeguarded. Only through that assurance can we build the trust necessary for deeper regional partnership. And I hope that this dam and the electricity and the power generated will be the beginning that shows this brotherly and neighborly and continentally partnership. We understand that water resources touches life differently in each country. For some, it's about survival and water security. For others, it's about energy and growth. All these perspectives are valid. Our challenge is not to deny the needs of any one of us, but to find ways to balance in the spirit of fairness and mutual respect. and Ethiopia has the right to pursue that happiness and prosperity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as a country committed to regional peace and integration, Somalia stands ready to work with all its neighbors and partners to promote dialogue and to bridge differences. If there is a role for us to play in creating understanding and building consensus, Somalia is prepared to do so in good faith. As we have experienced today, when our people are united, not within the borders of our nations, but our region and our continent, we can achieve what no one was expecting in the past to achieve. Our future depends on our ability to move beyond zero-sum thinking of the past. Upstreams and downstreams countries alike can only prosper when we act as community. Those who does not have the challenge, those who do not have the opportunity to benefit from the water of this great dam, luckily we have the opportunity to share the power that lights the future generations of our nations. Once no nation feels excluded and no nation bears the burden alone, it is in that spirit that we commemorate today's inauguration of this great dam. May today remind us all that our real achievement will be in partnership we sustain, the trust we nurture, and the unity we build for generations to come. This is a reliable ambition and vision because the proof is we've shared our own blood. There's no reason we cannot share a physical and worldly resources. I thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency William Samoei Ruto.
Your Excellency, my brother, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, Excellencies, heads of state and government, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and deep privilege to address you on this important occasion, the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, a moment of monumental significance. I congratulate the government and the people of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia on this historic achievement. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not only a feat of engineering ambition, it is also a bold affirmation of Africa's capacity to shape its own destiny, marshal its resources, and deliver transformative infrastructure in pursuit of prosperity. Today, as we celebrate this milestone, we also reaffirm the enduring bonds of brotherhood, cooperation, and shared vision that unite our nations across the Horn of Africa and the wider Nile Basin. Kenya remains committed to working with Ethiopia, a key regional partner, as it takes this leap towards energy sufficiency and economic transformation. Your Excellencies, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not merely a national project. It is a Pan-African statement. It exemplifies the scale and ambition of African-led infrastructure and aligns with Africa Union's vision of continental energy connectivity. Despite Africa's vast renewable resources, the continent accounts for only 6% of global energy use, while nearly half of Africans, over 600 million people, still lack access to electricity, and close to 1 billion people also lack clean cooking solutions, with dire consequences for public health, education, and productivity. These deficits disproportionately affects women and children and hinder inclusive development. They drive up business costs, compromise hospitals and schools' operations, and constrain the life prospects of millions, particularly in rural and remote areas. Africa's energy demand is set to rise exponentially, driven by population growth and rapid urbanization. By 2030, 1 in every 5 people globally will live in our continent. Meeting that demand sustainably will require doubling current energy investments, with at least 2/3 directed towards clean energy, like the feat of engineering just behind us. Supported by multilateral cooperation and regional solidarity, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam provides a blueprint for scaling similar projects across Africa and bridging the continent's energy divide. Distinguished guests, Kenya's partnership with Ethiopia on clean energy is a living example of regional integration. In 2022, Kenya began importing 200 megawatts of hydroelectric power from Ethiopia under a 25-year hydro power purchase agreement. This power is transmitted through a 1,045-kilometer Ethiopia-Kenya interconnector, a vital component of East Africa's power pool. Beyond affordability, this energy unstable supply enhances grid reliability, particularly during droughts when hydropower output is volatile. With Kenya's peak demand exceeding 2,300 megawatts and rising, this additional capacity strengthens our reserve margins and reduces supply deficits. I have already had a conversation with Prime Minister that we will be having an extended conversation on whatever reserve power that is available from this dam. We are ready to sign a power purchase agreement so that we can offtake some of the power from this important dam. Reliability is especially critical for special economic zones, industrial parks, ICT hubs, and agro-processing facilities, all of which require consistent and affordable power to drive Kenya's development agenda. Additionally, this cooperation advances Kenya's climate and development goals, with more than 90% of our electricity already sourced from renewable sources. We remain committed to achieving 100% clean energy mix by 2030. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam strengthens this transition by integrating zero-emission power into our grid and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Importantly, it also supports Kenya's national development priorities under Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda by expanding access in undeserved regions, empowering young people and women entrepreneurs, and promoting green industrialization. Excellencies, allow me to restate Kenya's commitment to constructive engagement in the wider Nile Basin discourse. We recognize the Nile's centrality to the lives and livelihoods of millions. Its shared use must be governed by principles of equity, sustainability, cooperation, and mutual respect. Kenya is firmly committed to safeguarding collective interests while working with brothers and sisters in our region, we believe that no country should be denied the opportunity to unlock a huge resource like the one that we are launching today, because indeed it becomes a shared resource. Ladies and gentlemen, we commend the progress that has been achieved and urge continued cooperation between all our countries. And I want to commend the people, government, and more particularly my brother, Prime Minister Abiy, for this monumental achievement. Listening to you, Prime Minister Abiy, you not only inspire your own people in Ethiopia, you inspire our people in the region. Knowing very well that the sweat and blood and energy and effort and resources that have been put in the development of this dam was as a result of locally mobilized resources, money raised by Ethiopians to build this monumental project, gives us confidence of the ability of us as a people to take charge and command our own development into the future. The fact that you have raised $5 billion without debt, without borrowing, without support from others, makes us believe that indeed Africa can take charge of its own destiny. I want to encourage you, Prime Minister Abiy, as my brother, continue to do what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. And if you are in doubt at any one moment, let me confirm to you, you are doing the right thing. Continue doing this, because our future is going to be dictated by what we do, the vision we carry, the hopes of our people that we turn into reality, as you are doing in this dam. Your brothers and sisters in Kenya, I will give you an example. 2 years ago, we decided that we are going to get millions of our people. In fact, 7 million of Kenyans live in slums. And we decided that we are going to give dignity to our people, and we are going to build houses for them. I am happy that Ethiopia, in your vision, is going to build 1.5 million houses. We are also on that journey. Already, we have 700,000 housing units on the pipeline. We are already constructing 170,000 houses as I talk to you. And Kenyans, from their own resources, without debt, without support from others, have raised $4 billion worth of projects under the housing program. It confirms to you that what you are doing in Ethiopia is what we are doing in Kenya, and that is what we should be doing in our region. That way, we can emancipate our people from debt, from begging across borders, and take charge of our own development. This moment must remind us that the path to peace and prosperity lies in working together, not division, in partnership, not rivalry, and in unity, not isolation. Together, we can transform our region, harness our shared resources, and shape a future of dignity and opportunity for all our people. I thank you. God bless Ethiopia, and God bless our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For the next speaker, the microphone will come to you. Your Excellency, Miamor Motley.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, my dear brother, and Mrs. Ahmed, distinguished heads of state and heads of government of Africa, distinguished guests of the people of Ethiopia. If this was to achieve simply the provision of water and energy to the people of Ethiopia and surrounding countries, it would be a marvel of history, a marvel of engineering, and a boon for the prosperity of the people of this region. But if we are to be honest, it is not simply the achievement of what has been done here for the provision of water and energy and the catalytic effect that it will have on economic and social development and security, but it is the journey. Above all else, the journey. The journey of a people who have remained proud throughout history, who have attested that the origins are here, and who have defied all attempts to keep them down. When we toured the facility in the last few hours, I turned to my brother and I said, "This is the Adwa engineering feat." And I say so for those who do not know, including many from my own Caribbean community, that when the international world determined that this project was not to see the light of day, that it was not to receive the financing of companies that like to make money and therefore were usually only interested in repayments, that when that befell the people of Ethiopia, the people stood tall, and the people determined that this project was not beyond them, and that it was going to see the light of day, even if it meant that every person who could give, however small, however large, could do so, and even if it meant that it would take much longer than it would otherwise have taken to build. The people of Ethiopia stood tall and put their money where their mouth is. And $5 billion later, we have the prospect of a project that will speak not just to the prosperity and stability of the people of this country and surrounding countries, but it also speaks to what can always remain within our grips and remain possible as people of Africa and African origin. On behalf of my own country, Barbados, on behalf of the Caribbean community, on behalf of the 6th region of the Africa Union, the diaspora, I stand here today to say that you have opened our eyes and you have excited the sensibilities that we have. And we know that if ever there was a time for those sensibilities to be awoken, and if ever there was a time for us to understand our possibilities, it is now, when the world seems not to be able to find itself and to create the opportunities for ordinary people, because a few are dominating and others are determined to ensure that while some dominate, we are not going to be victims of our time, but we can be shapers of our destiny, or as we say in Barbados in our anthem, firm craftsmen of our fate. Adwa told us in the Caribbean what was possible if we bound together and created that great Pan-African movement that led to our independence as nations, that led to our understanding that the language of Marcus Messiah Garvey, delivered on the 1st of October 1937, that we must emancipate ourselves mentally. Adwa taught us that these things were possible, and we have seen what we have achieved over the course of the last century. I pray today that as we leave here, that we will see the awakening of Africa, not just in this part of Africa, but the entire continent and its diaspora, because this is evidence that when we work together, anything is possible. In my own country, and as I close, in my own country, we have a simple saying that inspires the efforts of ordinary people every day. And in our dialect, it goes like this: one blow is kill old cow. It is a determination that one blow at a time, one step at a time, one person at a time, we can achieve so much. I leave you, the people of Ethiopia, today, confident that if we, as I said in Algeria last week, can rise to the occasion of working together, then this continent and its people and its diaspora that will be responsible for 1/4 of the world's population, that has given us a demographic dividend that no other continent is now giving us, that we know that you can rise, we can rise, and that we shall be the humanizing element that the world needs now more than ever. Let us go forward in love, in unity, one aim, one purpose, one destiny. Congratulations to the people of Ethiopia. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellencies, we might have an Air Force flyover the port of the port. Your Excellency, Russell Miso Gilamini.